This is a market review for Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. Here we have the daily chart. Obviously, as you can see, we closed bearish on the day. We closed within this not inverse, this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency on the daily time frame. I believe that this will act as a reclaimed bullish fair value gap, causing the rest of the week to play higher. Tomorrow's candle, I believe, will close bullish. Whether we take out this low before that or not, I am unsure of as of now, at least on this time frame. We also saw some reaction off of this with the rejection that we saw last night. I do feel like we are switching to bullish. Now, that is 100% just a feeling. We could be turning around here, but it is, it's actually possible for the low of the week, or I guess high of the week, to be made here, and the rest of the week falls. Again, we'll see what overnight brings as to whether this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency will continue to get respected, or if it's just going to plow through it again and then possibly use it on the flip side. On the hourly time frame, we can see here that overnight, so Asian session, London session, not much happened. Especially in pre-market 2, the only thing we had today as far as news goes is 10 o'clock news. There was 2 red folder news events at 10. So no 8:30 news driver, which caused, well, not much to happen for pre-market. What ended up happening was towards market open and a little bit after, price spiked up above this, causing this to be accumulation, a bullish manipulation, and then a bearish distribution through the day. We did tap into this hourly, but the main thing is just sweeping this high, in my opinion. So back to the 15, we're going to throw all the stuff back on it. All right. Starting at 7, we can see a whole lot of nothing overnight, kind of just marking time, playing horizontal. Even once 7 o'clock hit, we took out this low, reacting off this new week opening gap, and we only started creeping up after 8:30. Gave us a false run to trip in uninformed money before. Actually, no. The uninformed money, well, let's think. The 8:30 candle. So it's 8:30 to 9. So yeah, the 8:30 starts spooling bullish to trip in uninformed money. And once we took out this high, wicked into this 15-minute, that's when we started selling off at market open. Market opened bearish and kind of continued with that. We saw a little bit of consolidation here once we re-entered this daily this daily BISI. We kind of started playing horizontal until lunch. Then we continued the drop, taking out this low, retracing up for a PM session once the algorithm kicked back in, and then we started playing lower, respecting sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, targeting lower with the low of this daily BISI getting tagged again, but closed below. That's another thing. The close was inside the fair value gap. Now in the 5-minute, you can see better that without 8:30 news driver, there's kind of a whole lot of nothing pre-market, and then 8:30 hits and we start spooling to get uninformed money in, and then, well, we take out this high, play with this 15-minute here, and then market opens. market opens, we tap into this 15-minute, and then we sell off, retracing up here into this 5-minute sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency, before selling off again. We did retrace around 10:15, 10:15, 10:30 to tap into this 5-minute buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. But after that, we continued to sell off and then retrace up, play horizontal until lunch. Failed to take out this high, and I feel like that's because we already had a sizable play right before that. So it's possible that right up until lunch, buys had been profitable with this move here. So it's possible that lunch was looking to stop out those people below here. That's kind of just speculation. I don't know if that's going to be accurate or not. But as we near PM session open, we come back up to this new week opening gap where the closures stay right below constant encroachment. And then we sell off again, reacting off this first presentation from last week, last Tuesday, and then retracing up to this 5-minute before selling off again, aiming for this daily fair value gap low once again. And then we obviously come up to close the day. Now, on the 1 minute, I mean, everything is just made more clear on the 1 minute. A whole lot of nothing. I mean, it's tradable, but it's back and forth. There's not much you can play off of in terms of high probability setups, in my opinion. I mean, there's a couple fair value gaps you can play off of here. There's probably some order blocks and everything like that, but market starts spooling at 8:30, starts playing bullish, respecting this fair value gap here, and then this 5-minute playing up here. And then from 9 to 9:30, we get a whole lot of nothing, kind of playing horizontal. And then market opens, we rip up to tap into this 15-minute, and then we sell off, taking out these relative equal lows here. I believe this is the last one we take out before retracing. We do create an SMT of these highs here between NQ and ES, which was a big signal for me to go short on top of everything else we have seen. And then we have this inverse fair value gap, which I would have played off of. However, I did not take this trade because with no 8:30 news driver and 2 red folder news events at 10, I was a little, how do I say this? I was unsure whether the 10 o'clock news would rip above this high and then go lower. Because that's exactly what happened last Friday, and that's what stopped me out last Friday. Now it turns out this one would have worked and played out in my favor. Let's just put it down to see. Stop would have been above this high, and I believe I would have targeted probably constant encroachment of this and these lows here. So that would have been a good trade. Take take a little piece out of it. However, market did end up coming all the way down here, but I am nowhere near predicting that accurately where price will finish its runs. So I'm not entirely sure what I should do in this case, because on Friday I lost because I took that trade with no 8:30 news and red folder 10 o'clock news. But today I missed out on a large and very fast winning trade because I did not take the trade since there was no 8:30 news and 10 o'clock red folder news. So maybe it's one of those things where you just have to pick it and stick with it. I'll continue to see how the 10 o'clock red folder news plays out. But in the realm of playing safe and only taking the highest probability setups, taking a trade, because this would have been an entry 5 minutes before two red folder news, not the most comforting in my opinion, because I very well would have expected, to get an entry and for price to mark time until the red folder news, spike up, take out this high, and then rake it down, which has happened to me before. So, all that to say, I will be looking at this in the future as the markets keep marketing and whether or not to take trades with that in mind. Price comes down with bearish 10 o'clock news reacting off of sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiencies. We come around here to 10:15, 10:20 area, and we retrace, tap into this 5 minute here, as well as these first presentations before dropping again, tapping into this daily buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Once we do that, we end up retracing up into this 5 minute, hanging around constant encroachment, and then we create an SMT of these highs right before lunch, which makes me think that with this bullish move, like I mentioned before, with the bullish move being the closest thing to lunch, that lunch will aim to take out those who were long, since bullish was the last thing that the algorithm did in the AM session. Or it could just be how the markets flowed today. That's another thing I have to keep watching. We see an SMT and then a fair value gap here. It colored outside the lines a little bit, but my stop would have been above this high anyways, so we would have been fine. I most likely would have targeted this low or first presentations down here. So price drops, taking out AM session low and then retracing up to constant encroachment of this new week opening gap for PM session. And once that happens, once PM session opens, market rips down, first presentation, retraces to a 5 minute, and then gets pushed lower by 1 minute. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiencies. As we play low, once we hit this, I assume this is the turning point, and the goal for the day was this low of this daily buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, because I've mentioned it about 100 times in this. But once we hit that, we start reversing. Maybe it's a time thing. I mean, usually this happens in the last 40 or 15 minutes, but maybe it was close enough. Either way, 340 market reverses, reacting off of a buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, dragging itself up to the new day opening gap, and then meandering until market close. So, all in all, to say, I do still want to play bullish high time frame. Now, the reasons I want to do that is because this bullish run here between, Sunday into Monday with no retrace felt a little weird to me. I think that there needs to be more of a, I don't quite know how to explain it. My gut is just telling me that this move here was to trip people in and to continue this expansion from Friday, but that the weekly candle needs to come down to this, because if we look on this daily time frame, we extend this fair value gap out, respected it once, broke it, and then we came through it again. I could really see us turning around from there again, taking out this high, and this high might be too much to ask, but taking out this high. Now, that could all be wrong. We could it all depends what overnight does. If overnight continues lower, taking out this low, and then New York reverses, good. Then I take buys. But if London plays bullish, for example, and gets into here, London plays bullish, gets into here, then I take shorts. So it all really depends on what London's doing. I'm okay playing either way, but I do think either Monday's high is the high of the week, and we are going to play bearish, or this is the low of the week, and we're going to play bullish. Now, if we are playing bullish, I would be okay seeing this low taken during London session, so that New York session has something to work towards. But that's just what I'm seeing. So yeah, this has been a market review for January 7th, Tuesday, January 7th, 2025.